In the desolate hills of Massachusetts, secrets fester. A family shunned, an ancient book, and a birth that defied nature itself. What horrors can lurk in the shadowed corners of a quiet town? What unspeakable bloodline can hide behind closed doors? This is the Dunwich Horror, and it's a family secret you'll never forget. Welcome, intrepid explorers of the American Gothic, to the Great LoveCraftian. I'm Amin. Today, we're journeying into the grim, forgotten corners of rural New England to uncover one of H.P. Lovecraft's most iconic and visceral tales of cosmic horror. The Dunwich Horror. This is a story of degeneracy, forbidden lineage, and the terrifying consequences of meddling with forces beyond our comprehension. Our tale begins in the isolated, decaying village of Dunwich, Massachusetts, a place described as having blasted heath and malformed trees, inhabited by a strange, inbred populace. The most infamous family in Dunwich is the Whateleys, a clan shunned even by their odd neighbors. The story centers on old Whateley, a wizened, sinister patriarch steeped in dark magic, and his albino daughter, Lavinia. Lavinia, already an outcast, gives birth to a son, Wilbur, in circumstances that raise immediate suspicion. There's no known father, and the birth is met with a pervasive sense of dread among the villagers. Wilbur Whateley grows at an alarming rate, reaching maturity in less than a decade. His appearance is unsettling. Dark, coarse skin, unusual facial features, and strange, goat-like attributes on his lower body that he meticulously keeps hidden beneath thick clothing. He possesses an unnervingly deep, resonant voice and an intellect far beyond his years, especially in arcane lore. Old Whateley and Wilbur are obsessed with ancient forbidden texts, particularly a Latin translation of the dreaded Necronomicon. They seek to unlock secrets, to perform rituals, and to bring about a cosmic awakening. They spend years modifying their decaying farmhouse, adding bizarre, reinforced structures that serve no apparent purpose to the terrified villagers. Lavinia, Wilbur's mother, eventually descends into madness and disappears, seemingly a victim of the family's dark practices. Wilbur, meanwhile, travels to Miskatonic University in Arkham, seeking to borrow the complete, unexpurgated Necronomicon, which the university library possesses. The university librarians, recognizing the dangerous nature of Wilbur's requests and his unsettling appearance, deny him access. Undeterred, Wilbur attempts to break in and steal the book, only to be killed by the library's guard dogs. His death, however, reveals the full horror of his true nature. When his clothing is torn, his body is revealed to be a monstrous, impossible form, half-human, half-tentacled, covered in scales and suckers, with multiple mouths and a single goat-like hoof. It's an abomination, a clear sign of his non-human parentage. But Wilbur's death is not the end of the horror. As the local doctor and university professors examine his body, they piece together the chilling truth. Wilbur had a twin brother, an invisible, colossal entity that had been secretly growing in the Whateley farmhouse for years. The reinforced structures were to contain it. This invisible twin, a direct progeny of the outer god Yog-Sothoth, whose power old Whateley had invoked to father the twins, had grown to an unimaginable size. It was a gelatinous, tentacled mass capable of crushing houses and uprooting trees, unseen but devastating. And with Wilbur, its keeper, now dead, it was free. The invisible monster rampages through Dunwich, destroying farmhouses, killing livestock, and terrifying the already superstitious villagers. Its presence is marked by a sickening, gaseous stench, colossal footprints, invisible, but felt as tremors, and the repeated guttural cry of "Tekelili! Tekelili!" In a desperate bid to save Dunwich, 3 Miskatonic University professors, Dr. Armitage, Professor Rice, and Professor Morgan, arrive armed with ancient lore and powerful incantations from the Necronomicon. They realize that only a specific counter-ritual can defeat this abomination, a ritual designed to banish the spawn of Yog-Sothoth back to its terrifying dimension. The professors track the monster to a hilltop, where they perform the ritual under the light of the setting sun. As they chant the ancient words, the invisible entity slowly begins to manifest, revealing glimpses of its true, impossible form. a translucent, undulating mass of tentacles, eyes and mouths, larger than any building. With a final, desperate burst of power, the professors complete the ritual. The air shimmers, the chanting reaches a crescendo, and with a final, earth-shattering roar, the invisible horror is torn apart, dissolved back into the cosmic void from whence it came. The stench dissipates, the ground settles, and Dunwich is saved. The professors, however, are forever changed. They have witnessed a horror that defies all natural law, a creature born of an outer god, and a family's dark secret that almost brought about the end of the world. They vow to keep the full truth hidden, to protect humanity from the cosmic forces that constantly threaten to breach our reality. The Whateley farmhouse is burned, its dark legacy purged. But the scars on Dunwich, and on the minds of those who witnessed the horror, remain. The Dunwich Horror serves as a chilling reminder that some secrets are best left buried, and some bloodlines carry a curse far older and more terrifying than any human sin. So, what are your thoughts on the Dunwich Horror? Does the idea of cosmic forces corrupting human lineage terrify you more than a direct invasion? Let us know in the comments below. If this journey into rural dread captivated you, hit that like button, subscribe to TheGreat LoveCraftian for more terrifying lore, and ring that notification bell. Until next time, be wary of the shadows in forgotten towns.